Hello, people of YouTube. It's I once again the Great James, and I am way too fucking late for this shit. This thing is like a year old, and I still have other freaking archetypes on hold to take care of. Oy, 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 oy. To be honest, I really don't have an excuse for taking so long with this one, so I apologize with all this stuff. I guess I figured in my head that it was longer than I thought it was. Like, this is still a pretty big archetype, but it's compared to what, well, Mr. Randall Anderson has been giving me lately. This is fucking nothing. Like, this is like basically, I don't know, tying my shoes. I don't know. But I apologize again that this has taken so long. I apologize. Anyway, let's just get into what this stuff is. What are we doing today? Well, today this fantasy archetype is given to us by Sean Largest, and it's not so much an archetype as it is support for an already existing archetype. In this case, the Evil Heroes. This archetype support is called the Fallen Heroes, although not all of them are Fallen Heroes. Both the main deck ones are Fallen Heroes, but I'm getting ahead of myself now. Oh yeah, the Fallen Heroes and Evil Heroes. About fucking time they got some support. Ugh. Look, you can say that the Destiny Hero support in Arc 5 was bad and didn't really help what Destiny Heroes had already established. Look on the bright side. It was support, at least. It may have been bad support, but you can't tell me it isn't support at all. Evil Heroes have been getting nothing since 2006, and even if they do get any support, it's probably by accident. So yeah, I don't know. He's like an evil Rottweiler or something. I don't fucking know. But those things needed just a complete reboot. Like, let's try that again. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Or not far ahead of myself. The world may never know. Anyway, again, this archetype is given to us by Sean Largest and is about a month old. But, well, I don't really know where to go from there, considering I'm kind of out of practice with this stuff. So, what do you say we just get into it? And if anything else comes up, I'll, well, let you know along the way. Let's start things out with Fallen Hero Vessel. Is a level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster. Warning, they're all Dark Fiends, so yeah, just gonna get that off the head now. It's got 1500 attack and 1700 defense. Its effect reads, when this card is summoned, add a Fallen Hero or Evil Hero monster from your graveyard to your hand. Then if it went to the extra deck instead, draw one card. So that's a good start right at the bat. Basically what it's saying is it's the warrior returning alive upon summon, so if you put a fusion monster in there, it doesn't matter, because you can now draw a card off of it. Or you can just get your old evil or fallen hero back to your hand. So you plus either way at the end of the day. If this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. A basic sort of support thing there. The Evil Heroes did rely heavily on fusion, so let's give them someone who's just like, okay, here's a little recursion, almost like a Destiny Hero Dreamer, except this card is useful unlike Dreamer. So yeah, make of that what you will. Ultimately, Vessel's just a really solid card. Don't really gotta explain how much it is. I can see it being run about 2 or 3, considering it's not exactly a Stratos for the archetype, but it is a good way of getting your stuff back to you. So, you know, end of the day, not bad. I mean, end of the day, Evil Heroes have Dark Calling, which is something that's gonna come up quite a bit, but, you know, if you don't have Dark Calling and just stick with Dark Fusion, you're better. You're still good. But trust me, they have an upgrade of that shit too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We still got a long way to go. Up next, Fallen Hero Faker, because fuck Hercule Satan. Anyway, a level 1 Dark Attribute Fiend effect monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. Its effect reads, once per turn you can target one hero monster in your GY, then make this card's name become the targeted monster's name. Very handy from the get-go, affects all hero monsters, so you could technically run this in Elemental Heroes if you wanted to. Don't know why you would, but you could. I mean, granted, it's not capitalized hero, so not specific, but you know what it means. And so, yeah, obviously pretty good right off the bat. Phantom Chaos, if you will. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, add one Fallen Hero or Evil Hero. Just add one Fallen Hero or Evil Hero from your deck to your hand. Doesn't specify if it's monster, spell, or trap, but then again, there's no freaking spell or trap that says it's really Evil Hero or Fallen Hero in its name. Well, there is one card that has hero. There are 2 cards that have heroes in their name, but that's heroes, not hero. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very oddly specific sometimes. But yeah, right off the bat, it's not too bad there. Considering this thing is just going to be used for a fusion substitute, it'll most likely go to the graveyard for a fusion, and then you can just get your cards right back. I mean, granted, it's only by Dark Fusion that you get the extra effect, but still, nice recursion all around. A solid 2 or 3 if you're running Prismods or you're running one of these two. Just a pretty good thing to go into. But now you get to go into some other cards. Let's get moving. Fallen Hero Neojin. Yes, Evil Neo, spite me. Dark Fiend effect, level 7, with 2500 attack and 2500 defense. Fuck you, Yugi. Now I can win with Shield and Sword. Its effect reads, you can discard this card and add 1 Dark Fusion or a card that lists Dark Fusion in its card text. And that's it. I assume it means from your deck to your hand. Oh well. Oh, if your opponent attacks directly while this card is in your GY, special summon this card, then banish the attacking monster. You can only activate this effect once per duel. Nice little saving there. If there was Brick and Randy Anderson, it'd be like, you can use this as many times as you want, even if you're attacking. That's fine. If this card is sent from your hand or field to the GY or Dark Fusion, make all monsters summoned with Dark Fusion gain 1000 attack this turn. Neojin is basically all around better than Neos, but then again, that's not really hard considering all you had to do was just give it an effect. Boom! Instantly better than Neos. And you're going to be seeing that quite a bit because it's a bit of a running trend. But get into that when we get into that. Let's go by one. Let's go 1 for 1 at this thing. So, right off the bat, you can just discard this thing in the graveyard and fetch a card, and fetch either Dark Fusion, Dark Calling, or a new fusion card that's going to be on later on. Spoil warning. But yeah, that's not bad, all things considered. Just it's basically a King of the Swamp. And not to mention, this thing has a good recursion effect, because if you get attacked directly, specifically, you can special summon this card and banish the attacking monster. Which I don't think would target, considering it's an attacking monster, meaning it could be anybody, meaning it's not just you. So yeah. And since the thing has 2500 attack and defense, you're not screwed either way you want to put it. So if you're low on life points, you can be in defense and still have a pretty good body behind you. Although it's only once per duel, so there's a little bit of necro shade in there, but make of that what you will. And if this card is sent from the hand or field of the graveyard for Dark Fusion, it has to be that specifically. Oh, it's for Dark Fusion. I thought it was a little semicolon thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like in parentheses, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Sent from the field of the graveyard for Dark Fusion. All monsters summoned with Dark Fusion gain 1000 attack and defense. Gain 1000 attack this turn. That'd be a real dick move in the mirror match. Congratulations, you gained nothing because you just gave your opponent extra attack points too. But let's face it, there's not going to be a mirror match because these cards don't exist and probably never will. Sorry. And then Konami releases the new Fallen Hero and whatever deck's out next. I don't know. Oh, but so that's a pretty good effect, all things considered. It's a generic power boost, but sometimes a power boost is necessary every once in a while. Most monsters nowadays have around 3,000 attack points or something like that, or 3,500. So if you can just get over that, that's pretty good. And again, you could say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot different from when it is back in the day, but even so, most monsters don't usually go around 3,000 attack. So yeah, beat over Masterpiece, even though he's banned, but whatever. And then I find out when this thing comes out, the ban list is out, and that thing's come back to 3, because fuck you, that's why. But whatever. Here. Anyway, Neojin. Really good card, obvious upgrade over the original, but then again, you just had to give this thing an effect, and boom, obviously better than the original. Not hard, is what I'm saying. Next card. Let's get the chicks out here with Fallen Hero Lady Masquerade. Yes, Catwoman, bite me. Level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster with 1700 attack, but no defense. I felt like I made a Macrobee up in here. That's what I'm thinking of. Once per turn, you can target one Fallen Hero or Evil Hero in your Banish Zone and add it to your hand. Then this card loses 700 attack. There's a reason for this, trust me. It's not just, because we have to have a cost at some point. Although that's really good considering Dark Fusion, no, not Dark Fusion, Dark Calling, so you can just instantly get back any minuses you might have received. So yeah, obviously that's good. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, you can destroy one spell or trap on the field. Then all monsters summoned with Dark Fusion can attack twice this turn. That's really freaking good. If this thing is used for a fusion summon, and since this thing can automatically get a Fallen Hero or Evil Hero that's banished back to the hand, if you have a Dark Fusion hand as well, we just made a fusion monster, and you can pop any back row you want. Plus, now we have 2 attacks. I mean, granted, I would have preferred just neutralizing the spells and traps completely, like basically make your fusions in ancient gear. But hey, I guess there'd be, you can't really complain about it bad. But then again, you can destroy one spell or trap on the field, so that's a good thing, saver, because what if your opponent doesn't have any back row? You have to pop one of your own cards. But it's optional. You can not. Well, you have to. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is specific with that stuff, of course. But anyway, all things considered, Lady Masquerade's a good card, and we're so far so good. I know I stopped telling people how many to run, but these cards don't exist. Oh no, I'm having a heart attack. Okay, I'm just looking in the wrong area. Fallen Hero, Forbidden Lust. It's Harley Quinn singing "I Feel Pretty, Oh So Pretty." That's what the little thing here says. Is the caption box. I don't know why I thought this. Oh wait, no, yes I do. What am I saying? Level 4 Dark Attribute Fiend Effect Monster with 1900 attack and 0 defense. Once per turn, you can banish one hero monster in your GY, then target a fallen hero or evil hero monster you control, and it gains 700 attack. Sound familiar? Gain 700 attack, lose 700 attack. These two are meant to go together. Husband and wife. Well, wife and wife in this case. Not one of my better ideas. Although I do like how it also says you can banish a fallen hero from your graveyard, and then target a fallen or evil hero you control to give it 700 extra attack. I like how it banishes, and then the frickin' Lady Masquerade can just get that card you got back. So basically, it's a long-term way of going the warrior returning alive, but it works out in the end. And so yeah, if this card is sent from your hand or if you to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, you can send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard. Then all monsters summoned with Dark Fusion can attack twice this turn. Yeah, basically the opposite part of the Lady Masquerade. Well, basically the same thing, but opposite because it destroys monsters now. So, yeah. Well, it doesn't destroy it. It sends it to the graveyard, which is different. So yeah, all things considered, Forbidden Lust and Masquerade are a very deadly combo when put together. When push comes to shove, Catwoman and Harley Quinn, do not question them. I just realized that I put the two Batman villains together. God damn it, I'm smart. But not as smart as when we get to the boss monster, at least in my opinion. But anyway, Forbidden Lust, really good on its own, even without frickin' worst case scenario, even if its partner Lady Masquerade is there, you got a power boost. That's not bad. But next, we have some retrains with Fallen Hero Crowman. Follow Hero. Follow me, Hero. Ooh. Harley. I'm still in Harley. God dang it. Fallen Hero Crowman is a level 3 Dark Attribute Fiend Effect monster with 1000 attack and 1000 defense. And as you can tell from this card's artwork, we're getting into retrain territory. Or if you can tell from what I just said, we're getting into retrain territory. Oops. This card's name is treated as Elemental Hero Avian while in the hand, field, or graveyard, but is still treated as a fallen hero. So I kind of like this because I jokingly say to myself, I'm Avian, but I'm Crowman, but I'm Avian, but I'm Crowman. I'm an Avian, but I'm a Crowman. Like, fallen hero Avian. What? It's kind of trying to do both, which I always find kind of weird, and you could sort of like pick one. But either way. Hey, yeah, I think this thing is a really good retrain just from that pack alone, because I can see freaking Elemental Heroes who's using it over that. Well, then again, if they really need the wind monster, they would use the original Avian, considering the wind attribute. Like, Avian's the only wind attribute main deck Elemental Hero left, with Stratos still banned at the time of recording, so yeah. But let's see what its actual effect is besides just being two people at once and having multiple personality disorder. Once per turn, you can review an evil hero or fallen hero monster in your hand, and then special summon from your deck a monster with the same name as a revealed monster, but its attack becomes 0. I get a free monster from the deck, and the only cost is its attack becomes 0. In a fusion-based archetype, where I'm probably just going to be able to use it for fusion material anyway. Although the only cost of this is I have to have the other material in my hand, so, make of that what you will, but still. If this card is sent from your hand or if you to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, draw one card. Okay, it's kind of iffy considering at the end of the day you already have one of the fusion material monsters on the field, but, well, there are, a spoiler warning, there are a couple generics when you get into the extra deck, but, so you don't have to worry about being the same. Or worst case scenario, Xyz, Synchro, Link, so it's not like you're completely boned. This is just sort of like a last ditch scenario, like, I can't special summon this monster, but I need this monster on the field. So, let's do Crowman, you know what I mean? Attack becomes 0, that means nothing nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh! With all the special summoning cards we have nowadays. So yeah, Crowman, still a really good upgrade from its original version, then again, that's not hard. And of course, Dark Fusion to draw a card, you're probably like needing at least 1 to 3 cards, considering it's a fusion card. But hey, you get to draw a card on top of it, just a solid straight up goodness. Not really much to say about that. Crowman is a good man. But now we get to go into another retrain. Yes, the rest of this is retrains. Fallen Hero, Burning Lady. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Level 3, Dark Attribute Fiend effect monster with 1200 attack and 800 defense. This monster is always counted its elemental hero Burstinatrix while in the hand, field, or graveyard, but is still treated as a Fallen Hero monster. And isn't she very spicy? All Fallen Hero and Evil Hero monsters you control gain 300 attack. Woo! If this card is sent from the field to if this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, inflict 500 damage to your opponents. Woo! Burning Lady is not... Well, it's better than the original version simply by having an effect. Look, I'm just going to say this for now for all the ones that are, like, for the other two normal monsters coming up. Spoil. But, yeah. Obviously, they're all upgraded by just simply having effects, but just by having an effect doesn't automatically make you a good card. If that's the case, then friggin' Boar Soldier is the best card ever made because it has an effect in 2000 attack. Even though the thing destroys itself if it's not flip summoned and has, like, no defense. But that's getting into another thing entirely. I mean, end of the day, it does give a nice power boost, though I think it would have been helpful was, like, for every Fallen Hero and or Evil Hero you control, it gains 300 attack. I know that would be a little busted, but it's on a 1200 attack point monster, and it could at most go to 3000. Wait, that's more than I thought it was going to be. Well, look, it's a 1200 attack point monster originally. Worst case scenario, you can just, I don't know, make people run reverse trap. I don't fucking know. I just feel like it could do a bit more than 300. Also, send to the field to the hand or field of the graveyard, you get Hinotama. It makes sense for a Burning Lady, but just like to burn, but it's just like, you know, yay? I guess it could be useful. Look, if you're gonna run Inferno Wing, which odds are you are, considering there's so few Evil Hero monsters, you could do worse than Burning Lady, all things considered. So, you know, I can still see people running this over Burstinatrix, though. They probably still run Burstinatrix at 1. I don't know. People are weird. Anyway, but I'm not. Anyway, Burning Lady, a good card, mostly, but don't run too many of them. Next card. As soon as it wants to open, Fallen Hero, Broken Heart. My soul. Obviously, Wild Heart, and this is the best picture I could come up with. Sorry. Not too many fan picks of Wild Heart. I wanted to do Apache Chief just so the freaking joke could come full circle, but nope. Didn't want to risk being sued by DC. I'll be sued by everyone else instead when I steal their images from DeviantArt. Anyway, obviously it counts as Wild Heart and a Fallen Hero monster in the hand and graveyard, so we'll just skip that part. When this card is summoned, you can send an Evil Hero or Fallen Hero monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so upon summon, Headgeared / Foolish Burial for those who need a bit more help. If this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, this turn all monsters summoned with Dark Fusion are unaffected by trap cards. Or trap cards by traps effects. So, not bad of a retrain of its original version. I gotta admit though, Wild Heart back in the day was a lot more devastating just for the fact of just like, this card is immune to traps. Dude, that's so busted on a 1500 attack point monster. Oh my god. Then again, people actually ran traps back then, so, you know, make of that which you will. I want a format that's just nothing but traps. Just, like, there aren't any even monsters or spells, just so we can come full circle on that. But whatever. Well, I guess you could say Paleozoics, but shut up. Anyway, it's not a bad card. On summon, you can get some graveyard setup, and of course, you can, if used for fusion material, all your monsters are just, fuck you, Quaking, fuck you, Solemn. Well, if it's fusion summon, well, I don't know if Solemn would be able to stop this, but you get what I'm trying to say here. I mean, granted, trap cards aren't as prevalent as they were once a days, but who knows? You could use a little protection on the off chance that there is that guy still playing Quaking Mirror Force. Like, it's good, guys, I swear. Well, it is good, but still, we're drowning Mirror Force or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying. I still think a Broken Heart is a pretty decent card, all things considered. Just very specific on the format. Ah, well. Next, we have the second to last main deck monster, Fallen Hero Steelman. Obviously, the Clayman art in retrains, you can see, and and it counts as a Fallen Hero in the hand in the graveyard. So let's just get that out the way. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Oh wait, that's right. Level 4 Dark Attribute 8 with 800 attack and dealing defense, and of course, Broken Heart had 1500 attack and 1600 defense. Fiend, Dark, you get the idea. Yeah. I know I kind of skipped over that part, but I guess I just figured like these are all retrains of the same thing. You guys don't need to know. Anyway, Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion this turn, all monsters summoned with Dark Fusion cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. Interesting little twist on it. Like, it itself can't be destroyed by battle, which is a really good thing in this. Marshmallow motherfuckers. And if it's sent to the grave, plus it's really helpful considering the fact that evil heroes, if evil heroes have straight up no defense, they're freaking screwed. Considering there's so few little support for them that if you freaking gut through everything, they're fucked. Like, they have nothing in case, they have, like, no battle protection or anything like that. The closest they have is generic dark support and stuff like that. And of course, like, with this card, I do like also the twist that's like, okay, I cannot be destroyed by battle. And then when Infusion summoned, I cannot be destroyed by, the fusion monster can't be destroyed by card effects. Nice little twist on that sort of thing. So, yeah. I mean, granted, Dark Fusion itself also does give immunity from that sort of thing, but I think Dark Fusion is also until the end phase. I don't know it myself for sure, but I think that's the case. So yeah, Fallen Hero Steelman. Obviously a really good card that you run 3 of just because you need battle protection sometimes. It's an oldie, but it's a goldie, and if people can't find their Regekis, well then they're just stuck staring down a Steelman for far too long. Me laddies. What? Anyway, next card. Fallen Hero Re-Sparkman. It's Sparkman. Fiend effect, 4 stars, dark attribute, 1600 attack and 1400 defense. Obviously counts as Sparkman and a Fallen Hero monster while in hand in graveyard. Well, field, hand, and graveyard. All of them are field, hand, and graveyard. Anyway, when this card is summoned, you can special summon a evil hero or Fallen Hero monster from your graveyard or a banished zone in defense position. Really good recursion right off the get-go. Automatically bring back evil or Fallen Heroes from the grave and banish zone, just a straight up plus, even though they're in defense mode, but who cares? When this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, you can banish this card, or then banish monsters in your graveyard for the fusion summon of the evil hero monster. This effect is treated as a Dark Fusion. Sorry about that, guys. Real life's a bitch sometimes. I have no idea where it was. Oh, yeah. Basic kind of recovery. That's pretty good, all things considered. Plus, when this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard for Dark Fusion, and yeah, you can just get a free... Actually, when this card's in the graveyard for Dark Fusion, it's another Dark Fusion. Not much else to explain. That's freaking broken in it by itself. So yeah, Sparkman lets us leave on a happy note. And of course, special summoning free from the graveyard to get more fusions up, always leave on a happy note. So yeah, Re-Sparkman is a definite 3 of. Can't go wrong with that. It's like, what if we made a Synchron that was just like, after this card's used for Synchro material, Synchro summon again. Using your graveyard. Just like, okay, that's a bit much, but whatever. But that's it. But that's it for the main deck monsters. Now we get to go in the spells and traps. And there's not many of them. But first, the Super Fusion in Retrain. Or the Dark Fusion Retrain. Oops. Trust me, this thing is far more broken than Super Poly. I think. If I can remember correctly. Super Dark Fusion. A continuous spell card. Yes, a fusion card that's continuous. We're getting DDD up in this bitch. Let's see what this card does. This card is always treated as Dark Fusion while it's on the field. While on the field and GY. No shit, though not on the deck. Although it's always counted as Dark Fusion regardless, considering Super Dark Fusion, but whatever. Once per turn, you can fusion summon an evil hero monster by sending monsters you control to the graveyard. If you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls and use it as a substitute for one of the materials. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add a Dark Fusion from your deck to your hand. If you activate it this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards in response to its activation. So that was a mouthful. Let's go down one by one, shall we? Shall we? Once per turn, you can fusion summon an evil hero monster by sending materials you control to the graveyard. And if you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls and use it as a substitute for one of those materials. Hey, that sounds fair and balanced, right? I mean, granted, the only cost of this is like the materials have to already be on the field, so no hand shenanigans. So yeah, that's kind of sucks. But also, you're using your opponent's monster for this, and it's being counted as a substitute, not it being used as a material regularly. A substitute for the fusion material. Very specific there. Meaning that this card is it's being used for fusion material for can be counted as something else. Oh yeah. You can ban this card from your graveyard if your opponent has Teaser, Twin Twisters it, or Heavy Storm Duster, or all the other cards for it. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Dark Fusion from your deck to your hand. And if you activate this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards in response to activation. So Super Dark Fusion does not have the Super Poly effect in and of itself, but it can give it to a regular Dark Fusion, which already gives card effect immunity. At least trap card effect immunity. So yeah, not too shabby if I do say so myself. This card, if Super Poly is banned, what makes you think this thing would stick around for much longer? I mean, you could argue it's not as good as Super Poly because it can't, actually no, you can't say it's not better than Super Poly because this thing makes frickin' substitute things. The only cost of this thing is that it's a continuous spell that has to be activated on your turn instead of a quick play, which can be used on either turn. Go away, Zeef. Anyway. I thought that was going to happen at one. Anyway. All things considered, Dark Fusion, Super Dark Fusion is obviously a damn good card. I don't even know if this thing could search out another Super Dark Fusion, but that would be freaking insane. I MST your Super Dark Fusion. Okay. Super Dark Fusion, floating effect. I fetch another Super Dark Fusion. Well, what was the minus in that? Ah, well. Super Dark Fusion. It would be banned. Or at least limited first and then banned. Ah, well, though. At least it's a good card. Next card. Starcrossed Hero. A normal spell. Effect reads, pay 2,000 life points. Then special summon 2 fallen hero and or evil hero monsters from your GY, but destroy them during the end phase. Basically, it's an alternative version of frickin' a hero lives. So yeah, instead of paying out your life points to special summon an evil elemental hero from your deck, it's pay 2,000 life points, half of this, get twice the amount because you're getting a fallen and or evil hero monster. Although the cost for this is you don't get to keep it like a hero lives does. So yeah, but then again, it's probably just going to go to the graveyard immediately, considering you can just use them for fusion materials or just overlay Xyz, Synchro, Link, whatever. I don't know. Evolution summon. Either way. Yeah, not too bad there. It's freaking soul charging like that. You can't say it's a bad card because it is just has good recursion. I guess you could say if you can't pay for it, it's not that great, but you can pay for it. Let's be real here. But next we have the Field Spell. And it is Corrupted City. And this artwork is taken from the Godzilla 1954 movie, the Japan version, of course, after Godzilla attacked Japan the second time, considering he does it twice in the movie, once as a warning, and then as an, okay, now we're actually doing it. And they're actually going to destroy everything. Well, majority of it. I originally wanted to be Crisis City from Sonic 06, but I was trying to get a picture of the artwork without any of the Sonic characters in it, and that just couldn't be done. Or would just look ugly as fuck, considering 06 is broken as hell. But, so I just made do what I had. So, you know, at least I think I did a fine job for what I had. But let's get into what the card actually does. All fallen hero and evil hero monsters gain 500 attack and defense. Not a bad power boost off the get-go. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can shuffle one evil hero fusion monster you control into the extra deck. Then summon its materials from the graveyard and or banish zone. Okay, so it's deep fusion, so I guess you have a... So I guess the benefit of that would be, if you have a evil hero monster in the field that can't do the job that something like, I guess if you have Inferno Gainer, but you have Inferno Wing, but you really need a Lightning Golem, you can just tag out. I mean, granted, I know Lightning Golem's materials don't go into it, but shut up, you get what I'm trying to say. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, add one Dark Fusion from your graveyard or banish zone to your hand, then draw one card. So not bad. Even if this thing freaking gets popped, you can just immediately get the Dark Fusion card back, and then draw an extra card on top of that. So not bad. I mean, granted, it has to be the case that Dark Fusion was in the graveyard or banished zone already. I don't know how Dark Fusion got to the banished zone, but I guess that could happen. Whatever. I guess if your opponent's really playing Soul Release or Disappear, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's just better safe than sorry. All things considered, not bad though. You get free freaking fusion card, and you get to draw a card if it's destroyed. So yeah, Corrupted City, a really good card off the get-go. I admit the diffusion kind of tag out thing is kind of weird, but if the scenario that you're in doesn't meet the requirements, then it's pretty handy. You know, you get what I'm saying here. But anyway, next card. It is here. It is. Lustful Desires. I just took the artwork from Graceful Cheer, a trap card. Yeah, I had to be lazy on some of these. You should have seen the freaking Fallen Hero original versions. They were just the alternative artwork of some cards. Anyway, Lustful Desires, quick play spell card. Fallen Hero No, discard one fallen hero or evil hero monster, then draw 2 cards. Then banish the top 3 cards of your deck. So that's how freaking in Dark Fusion we get in the banish zone. Okay, that makes more sense now. A bit of an interesting solo recharge for the deck, considering it's you break even and then you banish 3 cards. But then again, this archetype has proven that it can also get some banishment recursion, so that's not really that much of a cost anyway. So yeah, all things considered, not that bad. If you really need the extra cards, not bad. Hey, let's be real here. If you're playing Pod of Desires and banishing the top 10 cards of your deck, banishing the top 3 cards of your deck is fucking nothing. So yeah, all things considered, Lustful Desires, I can see it being run at 3. It's a quick play because of reasons, but whatever. I don't know why it's a quick play, but it's a quick play. There we go. That's a thing that exists. Whatever. Next card. It is, I picked the wrong one. Oops. It's Super Polymerization. It's Super Dark Fusion. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, the other one had Super in its name, too. Super Ragnarok Punch. Ignore the black lines. Taken from One Punch Man, okay? It's a quick play spell card. I hope that's not where the quick play came from with Lustful Desires. Oops. Anyway, if you control a Fallen Hero Neojin, you can either special summon in Fallen Hero Last Masquerade. Oh boy, we're getting spoilers there. Hey, honey. You can if you control a Fallen Hero Neojin, you can special summon. I'm gonna say it slowly. If you control a Fallen Hero Neojin, you can either special summon Fallen Hero Last Masquerade and destroy 2 of your opponent's spell or trap cards, or special summon Fallen Hero Forbidden Lust and destroy 2 of your opponent's monsters. So right off the bat, it's pretty handy, but it's one of those specific cards, sort of like how all the elemental heroes had their own little specific card, that help them out specifically. So if you have a Neojin on the field, you can get out your Lady Masquerade. I guess that was one meant instead of Last Masquerade. Oops. You can get out Lady Masquerade, or you can get out her in Forbidden Lust, and then they can get their effects of popping, and get an extra 2 pops on top of that. So not too bad, all things considered. But since it's specific to one of the hero monsters, I would suggest running it only at 1 if you really want to. That's just how I would do it. Oh, God, that was harder than I think it was. Anyway, now that's it for the spell cards. Let's get to the traps. There's only 2 of them. The trap cards we have: Face Off with True Heroes, Jaden and Inferno Wing. I just figured that was the best I could come up with. It's a counter trap. When your opponent summons a monster that either is level 7 or rank 7 or higher, or has a link rating of 4 or higher, that's a lot of conditions, my dude. Special summon from your extra deck 1 level 7 or lower evil hero monster, ignoring its summoning conditions. Then negate the effects of one of your opponent's monsters and have their attack. If this was made by frickin' Randy Anderson, it would be like, oh no, make them 0, then draw 19 cards. And that's if you wanted to hold back. And you think I'm frickin' joking? No. We will get to the Landstar archetype when we get to the Landstar archetype. And yes, you know what I said, but we're talking about Fallen Heroes now. I think that was the other thing I wanted to bring up. Either way, this card is very, very specific because it involves your opponent needing to play level or rank 7 or higher, or an extra, or a link monster of level 4 or higher, which is a good chunk of the meta actually, with the link 4 or higher, considering Firewall and Borreload are very used cards nowadays. So yeah, you get a free evil hero monster for that, ignoring its summoning conditions. Granted, it doesn't count as being summoned by Dark Fusion, but you're also ignoring its summoning conditions, so make of that what you will. And you get... It's kind of sucks that it has to be level 7 or lower, but I guess there had to be some balancement there. Yeah, like, they get level 7 or higher, we get level 7 or lower, but whatever. And plus your monsters that would just... All your opponent's monsters just lost their fucking effect. And you get to have their attack. So it's not too bad when you think about it. It's very specific, but it's specific, so I'd say run 1, maybe 2 of, but if you can get it off, it's pretty handy. So, make of that what you will. I think it's a good card, all things considered. But now we have the last trap card. Desperate Rescue! A counter trap card. If you're wondering what the text box says, I'll get it out of the way quick. I made a desperate grab and snagged the second girl by the wrist. I have no idea what this is referring to, but I just had to think of a desperate rescue from somewhere. Anyway, counter trap. If a fallen hero or evil hero monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one other hero monster you control instead. Then if the monster destroyed was fallen hero Forbidden Lust, add it to your hand. Then add 1 Dark Calling from your deck to your hand. Again, very specific. I guess I could have had freaking... Now, in hindsight, given how I made freaking Harley Quinn and freaking Catwoman be it, I could have just made those two be together, but... Ah, well. Live and learn. There. The women of the picture are Catwoman and freaking Harley Quinn, and that's Batman saving them. Problem solved. Anyway... This card's effect kind of specific. It feels like just shift one of these cards. So it's just like if a card would be if one of your fallen heroes or evil heroes were destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy a different card instead. And if the card destroyed was specifically Forbidden Hero, Fallen Hero, Forbidden Lust, you can add Dark Calling from your deck to your hand. Okay, that's very, very specific under specific circumstances. But I guess at the end of the day, you could just have the first effect, considering the second one is an added effect. So, I'd say run one of it, but that's your choice at the end of the day. I think some people just want to run it at all, considering it's too specific, and you don't really get anything from it, unless it's that monster specifically, which is, again, too specific. We finished the monsters, we finished the spells, we finished the traps. What's left? The extra deck, of course. We wouldn't be an evil hero archetype support without any more evil heroes, of course. So let's begin with Evil Hero Fear Crusher. A level 6 Dark Attribute Fiend Fusion Effect monster with 2200 attack and 2000 defense. Its fusion materials are 2 Fallen Hero monsters. Told you there were generics. Its effect reads, this card can only be fusion summoned with Dark Fusion. Cannot be destroyed by battle. When this card leaves the field, special summon an Evil Hero or Fallen Hero monster from your GY. It's very generic. It has a pretty decent stats for a generic monster, and its effect... It can't be destroyed by battle, which is good for another or Steel Man support sort of thing. And if it gets destroyed by card effect, or just leaves the field in general, you get a free Evil Hero or Fallen Hero monster from your graveyard. Not too bad. A really good card from the get-go, just don't summon Dark Gaia. Anyway, again, in Fear Crusher, we're off to a good start. Next one. Once I can find it, there it is. Evil Hero Terror Smasher. And yeah, just the artwork from Evil Blast. Bite me. Anyway, a level 7 Dark Attribute Fiend Fusion Effect monster with 2600 attack and 2200 defense. And its materials are 3 Fallen Hero monsters. Its effect reads, this card cannot be fusion summoned except by Dark Fusion. Can't be destroyed by card effects to give a counter to Fear Crusher. I assume this was supposed to be like a counter version of like Lady Masquerade for Forbidden Lust, but bite me. Anyway, this card can inflict piercing damage to defense position monsters. When this card leaves the field, special summon an Evil Hero or Fallen Hero monster from your GY, then increases its attack by 500 until the end of this turn. Kind of specific on that last one and why does it be till the end phase, but make of that last one what you will. Either way, yeah, I do kind of like that part at the same time. It can't be destroyed by card effects, so that's a good counter to, of course, Fear Crusher. Although it has an extra cost on top of it, though more attack to make up for that. And it has a piercing effect, because why not, I guess. Why couldn't you just run the not Blade Edge at that point? And when this card leaves the field, of course, you can get a free Evil Hero or Dark Hero, Fallen Hero. No, Dark Hero. That's not Ace Randy. Shut up. Anyway, you can get a free Evil Hero or Dark Hero monster from your graveyard, and it gets a little power boost. So I guess if you were in a tight spot where your monsters were all attacking you could just bring out, I don't know, Neojin, who had already used once per dual effect, and then make him a 3000 and at least beat sticks, so at least they can't attack anymore. It could come in handy in very specific scenarios, but I still think it's worth running it. I don't know, 2 or 3 of. Make of that what you will, though. My next card. I know it feels like I'm rushing, and that's because I kind of am. Evil Hero Lustful Calamity. It's Neo's Wise Man. Again, bite me. I had to come up with something. I had to be lazy at some point here, folks, and this is where I really just decided, you know what, fuck it. Dark Fusion and Fiend Effect monster with 9 stars, 3000 attack, and 2700 defense. Its effect reads, Fallen Hero Neojin and Fallen Hero Forbidden Lust. Can only be fusions, a fusion of Batman and Harley Quinn. Oh god. Actually, it would be Forbidden Lust. No, that would be Harley Quinn. Anyway, his effect reads, can only be fusion summoned with Dark Fusion. Once per turn at the start of the damage step when this card attacks, banish the attack target, then attack again. I see. And although that's a once per turn, so you can't just do it and then do it and then do it and then do it. If this was right here, so it wouldn't be once per turn. Once per turn of this card, if this card would be destroyed by battle, add a Super Dark Fusion from your banished zone to your hand instead. So instead of minusing, you plus. When this card is destroyed by card effect, special summon a Fallen Hero Lady Masquerade from your deck, then special summon a Fallen Hero Neojin from your graveyard, or banish zone. So even when this thing dies, deep fusion. This is kind of the reason why it's Neos Wiseman in the picture. Yeah, I was all playing. It wasn't just by random chance. And considering in the anime, of course, Neos Wiseman had that extra effect of, like, you could banish a U-Bell, bring out a Neos, whereas the real-life version does not have that effect. Sadly. Because that card wasn't allowed to be good for some reason. Anyway. So yeah, all things considered, very handy. Considering it also brings... Considering... I do like how at the end, though, it also can bring out its... I do like the fact that, of course, Forbidden Lust can bring out its lever Masquerade. So that's a nice little added detail there. So yeah, Lustful Calamity. It's a very handy card, all things considered. And I don't even need to explain why. It just keeps giving you your resources back. Nothing too bad there. But next card is Evil Hero Masquerade. Yes, Masquerade. And if you're wondering what the artwork is, it's Alice and Masquerade from Bakugan kind of fused together. I thought it was the most fitting. Anyway, it is a level 9 Dark Attribute Fusion Effect monster, Fiend type, and it's Dark type. And its materials are Fallen Hero Neogen and Fallen Hero Lady Masquerade. So the card you just summoned off of Lustful Calamity, of course. Can't be special summon except for can't be fusion summon. Can only be fusion summoned with Dark Fusion. Once per turn, you can special Once per turn, you can banish one spell or trap on your opponent's side of the field. Cosmic Cyclone, motherfuckers, without paying 1,000 life points. Once per turn, if this card would be destroyed by card effect, you can add a Super Dark Fusion from your banish zone to your hand instead. Yeah, I could die, or I could search. That'd be nice too. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon Fallen Hero Forbidden Lust from your deck, then special summon Fallen Neogen from your graveyard or banish zone. So yeah, not that much to say there. It's the opposite version of Lustful Calamity. I like how Lustful Calamity only reads the fact that it can be destroyed by card effects but not battle. And Masquerade can only be destroyed by a battle, but not card effects. So yeah, that's a pretty good counterpoint there. And they got alternate stacks, because Masquerade has 2,700 attack and 3,000 defense, and Lustful Calamity has 3,000 attack with 2,700 defense. So yeah, they're made for each other here, folks. Whether you like it or not, it's a thing. Neos Wiseman would totally fuck Alice / Masquerade from Bakugan, whether you like it or not. I'm going to favor not, but I'm sure there's one guy in there who's getting off to that. There's always that one guy in the world. But anyway, yeah, Masquerade. If you're playing all the other freaking Lady Masquerade and Forbidden Lust, this gets like almost like Sun Dragon NT, Moon Dragon Qualia sort of loop going up there. So yeah, very, very handy card. But now we have the final Evil Hero card, and this one is all my thinking in this one. Well, I don't know if Sean might have thought of this one in too, but this is something that I thought of in terms of what the card is. And in my mind, this is the perfect one for it to be. Let's get in with the last card. Evil Hero Jin, the true master of Ragnarok! The Supreme King Jaden. Because really, who would be more fitting to be than Jaden, the Supreme King? It is a level 12 Dark Fusion Effect Fiend type monster with 4,300 attack and 5,000 defense. It has a very nice ass, as you can see. Its effect reads, its materials are Fallen Hero Neogen, Fallen Hero Lady Masquerade, Fallen Hero Forbidden Lust, and Fallen Hero Vessel. And before any of you think, well, James, come on, you can't have all 4 of those on the field for the fusion thing or in your hand. That's way too specific. Dark Calling is a card that exists. It's Miracle Fusion for the entire archetype. You just need to have it. It's easily by far the best Evil Hero support card. Considering that, then again, that's because they have no other really things to compare it to. Either way, though, it's just that dang good. And let's actually go through that thing there. Or just send all those things to the graveyard at the time of the duel. Boom! Supreme King Jaden at the end. Fuck you, I win. Spec reads, can only be summoned with Dark Fusion. Dark Calling counts as Dark Fusion. Cannot be tributed. Fuck you, Kaijus. And Raw Spear Mode. And cannot be targeted by card effects. Fuck you. Soul Taker, I guess. It's targeted and Raigeki doesn't target. You take no damage while this card is on the field. Fuck you, Kazi. Once per turn, you can either banish all monsters your opponent controls or all spell and trap cards they control. If this was Randy Anderson, he'd say you can do both. And banish their hand at the time. And their extra deck, and their deck, and themselves at that point. During each end phase, halve your opponent's life points. When this card leaves the field, add the 3 Dark Fusions in your graveyard and or banish zone to your hand. This is the definition of a boss monster, folks. I cannot be kaiju'd. I cannot be targeted by card effects. You can't damage me while I'm on the field. I can either banish all your shit, banish all your monsters, or banish all your spells and traps. Just like Rainbow Neos, which is probably supposed to be a counter to. And of course, I have your life points every turn. Fuck you, Dogma. And it's during each end phase. Not each of your end phases, each end phase of the end period. I mean, your opponent could literally be surviving on 2 life points. Or 1 life point. Because we're going to get into some weird numbers at some point. But still, I think it's weird when we get to 425 life points or something like that. You ain't seen nothing yet. And of course, when this card leaves the field, because I guess you somehow managed to either run it over, or Raigeki it, or Mirror Force it, considering, again, those things don't target. You can get 3 Dark Fusions back from your graveyard and or banish zone, and again, call it, well, it has to have Dark Fusion in its name, so, it doesn't search from the deck, so, calling wouldn't be counted as it, so, but you could probably still get a Super Dark Fusion, or at least the regular version, which still isn't that bad. Either way, you're plussing at the end of this. I mean, it's up to 3, and you have to wait for those 3 to be in the graveyard. Foolish burial goods, anyone? So yeah, but still, all things considered, Evil Hero Neo Jin is a very good boss monster in my opinion. And it is the reason why, it just shows me more reasons why Evil Heroes need more support, because look at the potential they could have. I mean, this is all coming from fan support, but fans are giving it more support than Konami ever will, sadly. But all things considered, I am very happy that this archetype is taken care of, and I'm glad the Evil Heroes finally got support, even if it doesn't exist. But, you know, well, the Evil Heroes will probably never get support as long as Yu-Gi-Oh! Exists. I know you can always say never, but let's face it, it's the archetype that, it's the only part of the hero archetype that Konami has never gone back to. They've made Vision Heroes, and they've made new Vision Hero monsters. They made new Masked Hero monsters. They make new Elemental Hero monsters. They made new Destiny Hero cards. And you can say that those Destiny Hero cards aren't good, but at the end of the day, they are also new cards. You cannot debate that part with me. It is a fucking fact. But they have never gone back and made a new Evil Hero card. So, I think that would be a really handy thing to go back on. You're giving all this other hero support, you're making new hero support, why not just go back and be like, okay, we're literally making extra heroes. Shut up, Cultaholic. Hey, why can't we frickin' just get some old support? Come on. You've done the original series so many times, you made frickin' Water Dragon support before you made Evil Hero support. You made Parasite support, for God's sake. Why can't we have Evil Hero support? Is it because they're evil? Oh, yeah. But that's just me venting at this point. My point is, I love Evil Heroes, but the sad thing is that they suck. At this point, I just think that they should, who knows, maybe they should have been called anti-heroes, who knows. And then Konami's like, ooh, anti-heroes, that's a new kind of hero support we should make. We should make them anti-hero support, but I'll help elemental heroes, because anti is just a theory, right? Well, that would require Konami to listen to the people who buy their product, and that is never going to happen. So, yeah. Either way, I'm very glad this archetype is done, because next we have Landstar, and oh god, this is going to be utter hell. Why? For those of you who saw the Darkest Bakugan, the Darkest archetype, you know why if you read Alpha Hydronoid. Try an entire archetype of Alpha Hydronoid. See ya!